Hey everybody, Rob Goody here. Sorry about the intro there. Was a little disoriented or disorganized, probably better way of putting it. Maybe it's a combination of both. Anyway, you can see me messing around with the screen there, and I apologize for that, but oh well. Those things happen, right? As you know, we go live each and every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, currently 10:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Miss Marie and I will be going live very shortly. Today's subject, as you can see in the ticker, podcast number 104. And today is Wednesday, December 30th. Selling the dream. And we don't mean selling like a used car salesman or furniture salesman. That's not what we're getting at. We're talking about someone selling themselves on the dream that they want to achieve. We're going to show you how that happens. We're going to show you how the pros do it. We're going to tell you the benefits of that. And we're going to show you or help you implement this into your business building process so that you can utilize it to make 2021 your best year ever. That being said, I'm going to hop off of here. We'll see you very shortly.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. Hello. How are you doing?
Good morning, Rob. I'm doing pretty good. I see you're trying to catch me on film there again in between.
You know what? That aggravates the crap out of me. I hit it and it doesn't work. And that's the reason why we have that pause and you and I are in there. I'm trying to work with the timing. I've done it a few times. But here's the thing. The aggravating part about it is this. I hit the icon, which is supposed to start the movie, and it doesn't do it. So then I have to hit it again. If I hit it twice, as you have seen, it'll start it and stop it. So I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. I don't know.
Well, that's okay. I'm just glad I wasn't sticking my tongue out or something, because I have to tell you, being Christmas week, I don't know if you know this, but Joe is the cook here in the family, and he made bacon and eggs for breakfast this morning, and I was enjoying it. It was like bacon, eggs, toast, the whole shebang. And it was so good. You know what I did? I bit my tongue.
I hate that.
I'm like, it's a little sore, and I'm like, well, so if I start tripping over my words today, that would be why.
Swollen tongue syndrome.
Yeah, I blame the bacon and eggs.
There you go. STS. Well, I wish I had a Joel to cook for me. My wife doesn't cook.
Are you the cook?
No, I'm waiting to hear from her. She didn't say anything. she's
because she's being polite. She knows we're on the air.
Yeah. She didn't say anything. Of course, I'm kidding. I used to be a good cook back in my day, but she's way ahead of me, and there's no sense in me even trying. And she pretty much wants you out of the kitchen. She doesn't like it when other people are in there. She needs that space. I don't know if your husband's like that, but she's definitely like that.
Oh no, I stay out of the kitchen. It's not a good place for me to be. Any place where there's the application of heat going on, you do not want me within an arm's length, because
I got you.
It's dangerous. Everything turns out to be what I like to call Cajun style. But
there you go.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, at least you know your weakness, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You both are better off without it, right?
Yes.
That's me. I'm like, okay, I can cook in emergencies. There's no doubt. But I haven't done it in so long. Like, I love playing guitar and piano. She said, "Thank God we've never had an emergency." But I used to speak pretty decent Spanish, play the guitar, the piano, and what else? A couple other things. But Miss Marie, when you don't use that stuff for a while, it's hard. I can pick up the guitar and play a few little chords here and there. Piano, I can do the same thing, but I mostly goof around and have to get back into the groove. And speaking Spanish, I used to be able to listen and could pretty much tell what they were saying versus speaking. Totally different things, as you can imagine. And heck, I can't even do that anymore. I quit even trying. I'm like, oh, whatever.
But I bet if you had to, it would come back quick.
I don't know. That old term, if you use it or you lose it, is pretty true in a lot of things in life, and I certainly have. And I bought a couple of guitars here recently. One for my grandson. Well, two, actually. One by mistake and one on purpose. Won't get into that. But anyway, it is certainly rekindled after we move. To get one and play with it, and maybe get back. But obviously, it's just for fun. It's relaxing. You have something like that? Do you have something that relaxes you?
My big thing is reading. I like to get lost in a good story. I get into fiction every once in a while, but lately my rant's been kind of on the biography type of stories. So
those are my favorites. History, biographies, and autobiographies are my favorite. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't care about fiction. Couldn't even tell you the last time I read a fiction book. Don't care.
Historical fiction's kind of fun to read because it's typically placed in history and there's a certain element of historical fact to it, but then they kind of flesh out the story around it, which is the fiction aspect of it. If it's fiction, that's the kind I really enjoy.
I did not know that. I have nothing against fiction. I just have no interest in reading it. Just like, okay, but that sounds interesting. I could see where that might capture my attention. But when we get done here, I'll definitely be reading. I'm reading Andrew Jackson and Abraham Lincoln at the same time. They're both about 500 pages thick right now, along with the Bible. But it's I like to read, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. Then Andrew Jackson one's really opened up my eyes. Of course, you already have some idea of Abraham Lincoln. This is a different viewpoint on it, but Andrew Jackson's an interesting fellow to begin with, and then when you read some of the things he was going through, wow, had no idea. Anyway, all right, guys, today's a good topic: selling the dream. We talked about yesterday selling versus stealing. Of course, I'm kidding. Yesterday's was selling versus sharing. Okay, and today is, as Miss Marie has always done, she's tagged these things one into the other in such a seamless manner. And today's going to be selling the dream. And this is what it's about. This is, say, oh, Rob, you say the essence of the business is leaders. Rob, it's all about the back end, the auto ship. It is. Those two things are absolutely true. You cannot have a business without those two things. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Okay. The only way you're going to get paid is on volume. The only way you create volume is what, Miss Marie? Have auto ship. It's all about auto ship. I don't care about your customers. Don't count your customers. I think we're going to be doing an episode on that in the very near future because we've done a lot on the back office, the story, the back office. Tell you, we're not going to go down that today, but what I'm telling you is all that matters is auto ship. The number of people, whoever has the most people on auto ship wins. That's the bottom line. They will have the biggest business because all your customers and all those sporadic orders are just icing on the cake. Right, Miss Marie?
That is accurate for sure. And I would say, finding and developing leaders is essential to the business, but I would say selling the dream is essential to the prospecting, recruiting, however you want to phrase that process. Right.
Now, let me clarify, because when I'm telling you it's all about the auto ship, I'm talking about making money. Mm-hmm. Your business is about leaders, finding and developing and working with leaders. Working and developing leaders, the best way to put it. That is the essence of the business. You got to have leaders because auto ship doesn't happen without leaders, period. Okay. But auto ship is whoever has the most people in auto ship wins because you're making the most money. Okay. If you're using the threshold of profitability, you say, what does that got to do with selling the dream? It has everything to do with it, because as she just said, during the prospecting, the only way you're going to get leaders 5 and above on the ambition scale is to what? Use the music to the ears message, which will develop a mental picture in their head of the dream they want, not what you want, not what Marie wants. What Marie wants. It's what he or she wants. Okay, everybody has a different dream. There's no such thing as a bad dream unless they're hurting people. The bottom line is they have a dream in their mind, whether it's more time, whether it's the ability to have more children, the ability to send those children to school or private school, college, whatever. The bottom line is everybody has a different dream. And when you're able to deliver a message that gets them to understand that they have a realistic chance of achieving that dream through this business model, working with you, you have completed your task at hand. Okay? That is what it's about. And the thing that sells the dream the most is not you talking like a salesman. It's not you acting like a snake oil salesman on the back of a wagon in the old Western days. Okay? That's not what this is about. Using the music to the ears message, which is chock full of the keywords that are necessary to paint that mental picture in their mind so that they themselves can sell themselves on what you're talking about. Because if you do it right, if you use the music to the ears message correctly, it is going to do exactly that. It's going to tell them, and they're going to be thinking to themselves while they're sitting across from you, or if they're on a Zoom call, whatever, they're going to say to themselves, while you're talking, I think I've run into something that will help me get what I want. I think what I'm hearing is what I've been looking for. I need to check into this further. If this person is legit, if this business is legit, if what they're telling me about the company is legit, or the opportunity, I should say, then I'm very interested, because I can see where I have the possibility of making my dream a reality through this. That is what they're saying to themselves. I've had it happen many, many times. I've asked many people that have joined me, what was the moment that you said, this is for me? And they said, when you were saying that message, of course, they later became to know it as the music to the ears message, but that's not what they said. They said, when you told me what was possible and what was going on with this company, I said to myself, this is something I've been looking for. And I heard that over and over and over, Miss Marie. They sold the dream to themselves at that moment.
Well, and part of it has to do with the exact phrasing that we use also, right? I think a mistake a lot of people make coming into a network marketing business early on is they start talking about numbers that people can't necessarily relate to in terms of income. Things like $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month. Now, depending on the person you're talking to, that may be chicken scratch, or it may be so outside their realm of imagination to even think of being able to earn an income at that level that it just sounds impossible, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's, again, where you also have to be cautious, because you can't show people your checks. You shouldn't be talking in specifics when it comes to income potential anyhow, because you don't want to be misleading, nor do you want to cross the line into non-compliance with the network marketing company that you're working with. And of course, we did do an episode on compliance here in the past couple of weeks that if you want more detail on that, I recommend going and looking at that episode. But there is so much downside to talking specifics that will not resonate with somebody else. We're talking more of selling a dream that's more of a broader stroke picture of what most people are interested in. Is that not accurate?
Mm-hmm. Yes. No, that's spot on. And additionally, guys, let me say this. You don't want to focus on the cars, the homes, the trips, the money, et cetera, et cetera. Here's why. Every network marketer does that. So what happens? If you are going to promote yourself, which we encourage you to do, is an entrepreneur who uses this business model to develop the income that they want, to live the lifestyle they want, then you need to act like it. And it starts with the words that you choose to use. The point is, if you start talking about the cars, the homes, even if you just bought a new car, even if you just bought a new home, whatever the case, you talk about the travel and all that, you are putting yourself right back into the salesman mode. Why? Because what do you think these other people talk about? They talk about the product, they talk about the cars, they talk about and what are the videos, Miss Marie? The promotional videos of the companies, what do they focus on? The trips people take, they follow them around on their trips. They follow them when they go to buy their new car, when they buy their new home. I mean, that's what they do. And because why? Because that's usually most people's dreams. I need a new home, I need a new car. That's true. And it may be true for your prospect, but here's the thing. They don't want to be sold on it. They want to sell themselves on it. They don't want a movie. They don't want it pushed in their face. Okay. And if you start talking in that manner, you are no different than every other salesman out there in the network marketing industry. They'll start shutting down when you start doing that. Why? Because they know you're trying to sell them. Right, Miss Marie? Nobody likes to be sold. The moment they shut down is because inherently on the inside, whether they're going to admit it to you or not, they know they're being sold. They know those words. They know why you're using those words. They know what those words mean, and they know the pressure that those words apply. And they are going to rebel and push themselves back. Okay? They may not say anything, the whole thing. They may say, well, let me think about it, and you'll never hear from them again because you did the wrong thing. Look, it's all about lifestyle. It's all about the money. That is a universal language that's been around since the inception of man. You can use the word lifestyle from now till the day you die. And if you live to be 150, that lifestyle word will never get old. Okay. The lifestyle of rich and famous, right? Miss Marie, remember that?
Yeah. Where's Robin Leach when we need him?
Right. That's right. Okay. But here's the thing, guys. You can use the word lifestyle from now until the day you take your last breath, and you will be okay. You can use the word dream from now until the day you take your last breath and be okay. Okay. You can use money from now until the day you die, and you will be okay. But you have to use them in the correct context. And that is this. And I'm a professional business builder. I am not a network marketer. I'm paraphrasing because I never give you guys the complete message. You're going to have to become a member to get access to the complete message. But the thing is that I am a professional business builder. I'm all about lifestyle. I'm all about the money. I utilize this business model to create the money that I want or that I need to live the lifestyle I want. I've run into a new company where 70% of the wealth is created. This new company has the 5 things that most new companies must have. I've been around this industry a long time. I have a proven business building system. I'm looking for partners who want to tap into this company like I am to create the money and the lifestyle that we want. Is that an interest to you? Okay, I paraphrase that whole music to the ears message. If you notice, it uses the word lifestyle and it uses the word money. Doesn't use the word dream. Okay, I could, but it doesn't. Okay, what did that message do? It painted a picture of a professional person that knows what they're doing, tapping into a company in a business model that allows them to create the money and the lifestyle they want. Okay. And then what are they doing? They're hearing that and they're saying the lifestyle that they want, the money that they want. And what are they doing? They're automatically attaching their dream what they want. And they're saying, well, I want this lifestyle. I want this kind of money because that's what it's going to take. And even if they're not sure what it is that you're talking about, you've got them enough where they'll say, I want to learn more. Okay, now this is not about prospecting. What are we talking about here? But this is the essence of prospecting. You are selling the dream through the music to their ears message. That's the reason why it's so important, because you aren't using the word dream and you're not selling, but you're presenting this in a professional, concise way, a quick way, where it instills confidence in what you're saying, where they will grab onto that message and they'll say, I think I've got it. I think I've run into this. Okay. Miss Maria, it's powerful. It's absolutely powerful when you let them sell themselves on their own dream.
Well, exactly. And as we mentioned in an episode that we did yesterday, that selling versus sharing, we talked about the fact that people don't like to be sold. They don't like to be convinced they need to buy something. But if you present them with something that they are looking for or that solves a problem for them, they love to buy, and they will do that all day long. And that selling actually takes place in their head, because one of the things you'll notice is Rob's talking about the lifestyle. When you say the word lifestyle, every individual you speak to, that's going to paint a different picture in their head. For someone who's working in a grocery store, perhaps, and lives in an apartment, their version of the lifestyle may be owning their own home with the white picket fence and a dog. Meanwhile, if you're to a corporate executive who already owns a home, his idea of lifestyle is going to be getting out of the day-to-day rat race and the pressures that he has on his job and being able to drink out of a coconut on the beach type of thing. So that keyword of lifestyle, that's going to paint a different picture in each person's mind that you talk to. And that's the key in that generality. And that's what you're trying to, or why you're trying to avoid specifics. Now, you can talk about money and income and achieving their dreams with that, or the level of success they're looking to achieve, because it's general, but you don't want to talk specific levels of income, X number of dollars a month, a year, or whatever that may be.
Nope. And you don't want to talk about a home. You don't want to talk about a car for the exact reasons as you just said, because if you're talking to a corporate executive without knowing it, they may already have a high level home. They may already have a high level income, lifestyle. What they're looking for is personal freedom. And if you're talking about a home that doesn't match the home they live in right now, you're not impressing them. You're actually pushing them away. There again, another prime example of why you don't use specifics. As she said, that is a very good point, Miss Marie. As usual, you nail it. That's a very good point. Thank you for bringing that up, because I want you to see those particular important points. We say don't use them. Now you see why you don't want to use them. You guys can do whatever you want. We just learned the hard way. I'm telling you, the more specific you get, the worse off you are. And you say, well, you're talking in generalities. No, we're not really. We are talking in specifics, but the specifics are in their head. You're talking in generalities, so they can attach the specifics in their head to those generalities. Okay? What's important that it's coming out of your mouth is that you're an entrepreneur and you utilize this business model to create the money and the lifestyle you want. Okay? Right away, you have authority. You have a position of authority. And you have a proven business building system. You've been doing this for a long time. What are those? Those are authority positions, authority points. What are you doing? Reinforcing your position as an authority on this business model so that they will listen to you. There again, the music to the ears message, every word has a purpose. Every word has a meaning. Everything about it is to help you get across that road to them. Okay. Otherwise, you've got a huge Grand Canyon type gap between you and your prospect, because they're cautious, and they should be. Let me give you another example of where they sell themselves. Look, when you show human beings, and I mean show them, whether it's through your words or on a piece of paper, whatever, chalkboard, whatever. When you show a human being why they need to do something, and it's going to benefit them in the way that they want, they're going to go through brick walls. They're going to say, get out of my way. That's what I'm looking for. I don't need to know anymore. Get out of my way. Let me get this done. What I'm saying is, you say, well, Rob, how do you get people to do auto ship? How do you get people to do threshold of profitability? You know why? Because Marie and I can sit down and we can say, okay, here's the comp plan. Here's 10,000 group volume. Here's what you get paid. That's the beginning point. That's just cash in your bank. That's not counting bonuses and all this other stuff. What if I told you I got a simple proven system? It's been around for 60 years. It's simple as pie. It's something that I use all the time that will create that 10,000 group volume. Okay. All it is that I replace my toothpaste. I replace my toilet paper. I replace whatever it is with the company. I'm using generalities here. And I create over 100 PV per month. I have 100 people in my downline doing 100 PV per month, doing the exact same thing. They already use toothpaste, but now they get it from their own business. Their goal is to create 100 PV per month. I get 100 people in my whole business, not people that I personally sponsor, people in my whole business. 100 times 100 is 10,000. There it is right there. And they look at that and they go, they can't argue the point. They know that 100 times 100 is 10,000. They look at the comp plan and they see it in black and white that they're going to get paid X amount of dollars for creating 10,000 group volume. And they're going to look at that and they're going to look at you and they say, you do this? Yep. And you say, this is simple? Well, yeah, that's all you got to do. And see, if you do that, you're well on your way to getting the income that you need to live the lifestyle you want. This is the threshold moment. This is easy. You can do this in 90 days or less. Some people it takes a little longer. Some people it takes a little less. And they're going to be like, are you kidding me? This is all I got to do? Yep, that's it. There's only 5 simple steps you got to master. 5 simple steps. You can master those in 2 hours. Guys, when they hear that stuff, they've sold themselves on the dream. And it's their dream. And Miss Marie, how many people have gone home and put things on their refrigerator, on their mirrors? And they're as varied as you said. They're as diverse as you said. Some people, it's just, I want extra money in my pocket. Some people's like, I got to pay off all my. It's not even about a car. It's not even about a home. Even if they're living in an apartment in not a good, so good part of town, they'll put that off for a while until they get their debt paid off, so they can afford a newer home, because they know they can't qualify for a loan if they have all this debt. So they're motivated, they're focused, their dreams are totally different. And when they see that that's all they have to do, you're telling me all I have to do is just buy my toothpaste over here versus here. All I have to do is buy my toilet paper over here versus here. And if I do that enough times, I can get to 100 PV, which you said is the threshold, and not just show other people how to do the same thing. That's right. That's all it is. And all you do is deliver the message that I deliver to you.
Well, and the interesting aspect that you're delivering here too is an element of hope, I think. Yes. Because for a lot of people, when you sit down with them and you start talking about the threshold of profitability, of finding 100 people to do 100 PV per month to get to that 10,000 volume level and the income that it can bring, it can actually start people's wheels turning in terms of what kind of dreams they actually have. Because I think one of the sad things in this world today is so many people have given up on their dreams or forgotten about them, shelved them, however you want to phrase it, because they're just stuck in a rut with what they're currently doing, and they don't see the possibility of doing much significantly different that can help them achieve those dreams that they have. So the fact that you're talking in these generalized terms, but also showing them specifically how simple the process is and what is possible can really be a light in the darkness for many people.
I can. And you're absolutely right. Once again, you always nail it around the head. But let me show you guys another thing, because I want to drive home the point that if people see the value in something for themselves, in other words, they see the benefit of doing something, that they'll get out of doing that thing. In other words, they see how doing 100 PV per month themselves can start a chain reaction to where that 10,000 group volume is possible, and they see the money is attached to that 10,000 group volume, and they say, this could make a huge difference. I can see where this can be a beginning point, or I can see where this is a turning point for me. Because for some people that aren't used to making a lot of money, it's a turning point. For those that are making a lot of money, they see this as a beginning point. They see where, hey, this is beginning. If I can get to this point, it proves to me this works, and I'm on my way. Okay. For other people, it's a turning point where they get say, if I get to that level, they can turn my life around. Okay, so that point of 10,000 is huge for so many reasons, which we won't get into. But let me explain something to you. One of the hooks, Miss Marie, that when I really wanted to sink my hook into my prospect, I'd say, especially if I had an idea that money that they were going to get paid at that 10,000 group volume, I'd say, well, let's say it was $2,514. And I was meeting them, and they were kind of on the fence or that. I said, well, let me ask you something. What would $2,514 extra a month do for you over the next 90 days? If I could show you a way to make an additional $2,514 in the next 90 days per month, what would that do for you? And a lot of times you'd hear quiet. And then they would say, well, that really make a big difference. And I said, well, what if I could show you how 5 easy steps that if you were just to repeat them over and over, that you a reality over the next 90 days. This is something I've been doing for a long time. There's a proven system. It's very simple. But let me show you. And if I had the ability, if I was in front of them, I would say, okay, and I would ask them, pull out, or if I always make sure I had a calculator back in those days, of course, the phones didn't have calculators back in those days, but I would pull it out and I would put it in front of them and say, well, do me a favor, multiply 100 times 100. And you'd be amazed how many people did not realize 100 times 100 was 10,000, and they would do it, and they would sit there and look at it, and they'd look at it and say, it's 10,000. And I said, okay, now let me show you. I showed you the comp plan. Look at the 10,000 group volume and tell me how much are they going to pay you for that? And they'd look at I'd slide the comp plan paperwork over. They said, well, $2,514. And I said, that's exactly what I was telling you, right? And they said, yeah. And I said, well, let me show you how I created that 100 PV per month for myself. And I was told, toothpaste, toilet paper, and I would just write it down. And I said, instead of buying this at Walmart, and I'll buy this from this company. It's delivered to my door each and every month. Okay. And they said, that's all you do? And I said, yeah. And I do what I'm doing with you. I meet new people and I share this with us. I said, my goal is I got to find 100 people that are willing to do 100 PV. And that's what will happen. That 2,514, that does not include these bonuses. And if it had bonuses, I would show them the bonuses in the comp plan. I said, I'm concerned about cold hard cash in my account. I don't care about the bonuses. That's gravy. But here's the cold hard cash. I said, that's all I do. They said, are you kidding me? How many hours do you put in it? Now they're starting to ask questions. They're hooked. You see what I'm saying? They started to ask questions. When they start to ask questions, you got them. Because now they're realizing they're putting themselves in that position. They're saying, well, if that's all there is to it, I can do 100 PV. I can buy my price. And he just needs 100 people. The biggest question for that point on, well, do you get those 100 people? How does those 100 people come about? Then I would show them, I draw a circle and put dots, and but once I connected the dots, Miss Marie, it was over. Okay. Now, guys, that's a platinum nugget of information I just shared with you. That's how I hooked them. Okay. I wasn't playing games with them. They were right on the verge, but the only reason they were on the verge because they didn't have enough knowledge to make an intelligent decision. Once I was able to connect those dots, they were like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. I can do this. I can do this in my spare time. Right. So, Miss Marie, I'm sure you get it. I'm sure you've been there. I'm sure you understand how that works. But what did they do? They sold themselves in the drain. They finally saw how to make that $22,514 per month. And in their own mind, I never asked them what that would do for them. It wasn't my business. But you know what? A lot of people understand that $2,514 extra a month can make a big difference. Okay. Even the wealthy people, guys, as I've told you, I've sponsored all people from all walks of life. That is no joke. So people, even millionaires, want something from this business model.
Yeah, and it's important to keep it simple. And if you notice here, the key is that music to the ears message and understanding how to deliver that, using those keywords and helping paint that picture for the people. And this is the value that we bring. This is the information that we share that you're not really going to find anywhere else. And the other thing that we bring is if you go to our website, TheMLM-solution.net, we have 3 free gifts there that you can take advantage of. Download today to help you understand and utilize this information better in your business. But not only that, but implement the duplication, share this with your team, get them doing the same things. So those free gifts we have available, the 4 critical mistakes most network marketing people make and how to overcome them, the 5 simple steps to success, and then 0 to network marketing hero. Each of these come as an ebook, an audio, and a video, absolutely free for you to download at TheMLM-solution.net. So go check that out. And of course, we do, just for a couple days yet, TikTok time is running out, our Black Friday special. We started around Thanksgiving. We said we'd keep it open until the end of the year. That is quickly approaching. So much, tremendous amount of information. It's at TheMLM-solution.net/Super Friday, and we call it Super Friday because that is our super pack, a tremendous amount of high value information that we normally sell for $299.95 or 99 cents. I could be off by a few pennies there, whatever it is. We are down to $49.99. It's an absolute steal. It's the biggest discount you're going to find anywhere. If you want to pull out your calculator or your cell phone, it's over an 83% discount. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've heard about that over and over. Well, I'll tell you, she's absolutely right, guys. You're not going to find a package like any place else. As you guys know, we talk about it all the time. We're not going to keep hammering it home. Look, we talk about things no one else will talk about. Look at the information we share with you today. You are not going to learn that information anyplace else. And we just taught you how to let the person, the prospect, sell themselves. When they do that, they're going to stay around longer. They're going to be more motivated and more focused. Why? Because they're going to hold themselves to their own high standards, not yours. They're going to say, I've never been a quitter. I'm not going to quit on this. I may run into some roadblocks. I may have to do some things that I don't particularly care to do. But you know what? I am used to setting goals and achieving them, and I can do this. They showed me how easy this is. Okay. And communication is absolutely key. My point is that, there's a saying in this industry, and we kind of do it on a third level, but there's some will, some won't. So what? Okay. And that's what you teach your people, your new ones. And you know what? Your people that are used to setting goals, that are high achievers, they'll get that because they've been through that, right, Miss Marie? As they go up the food chain at a corporate level or business level, whatever the case may be, even as a business owners, they know that sometimes things work out, sometimes don't. They understand that the best laid plans can go awry. Okay. So when you tell them some will, some won't, so what? They get it. They're like, oh, I get that. That's perfect sense. Okay. And what does that mean? Some are going to come with you and some are not. So what? Who cares? Right? You're only concerned about those. You're looking for the 3%ers. You say, well, Rob, why do you bring this up at the tail end? Because I just want you guys to understand. Communication is key here. When you tell them these little nuggets of information that you're only going to learn here, that's the reason why I'm bringing this up. You will be amazed at how communication will clarify things and keep them around, and they will get it. I'm looking for the 3%ers. The music to the ears message pushes people away and attracts the 3%ers. I get that. And even within, some will, some won't. So what? 1/3 will, 1/3 won't. 1/3 will never do it. Okay? They'll get that. When you tell them those things, they'll be like, dude, this guy knows all kinds of stuff about this business. And you're just going to YouTube and listening to us, but they're going to think you're a guru. Man, that dude's awesome. He tells me all this great stuff. And you know what? I get it. It makes perfect sense. I get it. Okay. And those people are going to stick around because they're going to know that you know what you're doing. And they're going to totally grasp what you're telling them. They'll be like, yeah, you know what? So what? Who cares? They said, no, I don't care. Right, Miss Marie?
You've got it for sure.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure as we close it, that you guys understand how the power of communication, and the reason I bring that up as we close, because we are closing, they will sell themselves if you use the communication process correctly. And we're teaching you how to do that, beginning with the music to the ears message, and then all these other little golden nuggets that we share with you that you're only going to learn here at TheMLM-solution.net. Hey guys, we're done for today. Miss Marie, tomorrow's subject, let me bring it up. Tomorrow's subject is live event content. Well, I look forward to that one. That ought to be a good one. And so tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always, guys, if you will, join us as we talk about live event content. And as we talked about, what was it, last week, Miss Marie, 10 days ago, something like that, the absolute electrical atmosphere that live events bring, how it will bond your group better than anything else you could possibly do. You can be the greatest orator that ever walked the face of the earth outside of Orson Welles. And I'm going to tell you that you will not be able to duplicate what a live event can do to your group. And well, I'm going to tell you, if you have not heard that episode, you need to go back and learn it, because you want to build from one event to the other. And the live event content has a lot to do with how that magic takes place. You don't want to miss it. Once again, we're the only ones going to cover stuff like this. With that being said, Miss Marie, I am done. Are you done?
I'm ready. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yes. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLM-solution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.